Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand the practicum related questions from a DMA stimulation experiment. So, along with the theory, we will also connect each concept with the MATLAB code we executed, so we can clearly understand how DMA works in real world systems. Let's get started. So, first question: why industries prefer DMA instead of CPU transfer? So, industries prefer DMA because it allows data to transfer directly between devices and memory without CPU involvement. In the MATLAB code, we saw that data from the device is directly copied into memory using memory 1 is to 5 is equal to device data. This shows that the CPU is not handling the transfer, which makes the system faster and more efficient. So the next question explains about how DMA enables multitasking. So this DMA allows multitasking by freeing the CPU during data transfer. In the code, the message CPU is free indicates that while DMA handles the transfer, the CPU can perform other tasks. This is similar to real life where you can browse the internet while music is playing in the background. So third question explains what happened without DMA in high-speed devices. So this code explains about without DMA, the CPU would have to manage every data transfer, which slows down the system in high-speed devices like hard disk. This will cause delays and reduce performance. The code demonstrates how fast transfer happens when DMA directly updates memory. The fourth code explains how DMA improves system performance. Uh, So DMA improves performance by reducing CPU workload and speeding up data transfer. In the code, data is transferred in a single step instead of multiple CPU controlled steps. This it slows processing time and increases overall system efficiency. So the fifth question explains about the importance of DMA in the real-time system. Um, in the real-time system like robotics or from medical devices, quick data transfer is critical. So, DMA ensures data is transferred instantly without delay. The code shows this by directly updating memory, which represents fast and reliable operations. So, sixth question is that how bypassing CPU saves time and power. So, bypassing the CPU during data transfer saves both time and power. So, in the code, since the CPU is not involved, fewer uh, instructions are executed. This reduces the energy consumption and speeds up the system. Seventh question is the role of DMA controller in memory management. So, how the DMA controlled the memory management. The DMA controller manages the transfer between device and memory effectively. In the code, this is stimulated by directly assigning device data to memory. So, this shows how DMA handles data movement without CPU control. So, eighth question is like effect of CPU involvement in gaming. If the CPU handles all data transfer, it becomes overloaded in online gaming. So this can cause lag and slow performance. This code shows that avoiding CPU involvement improves speed, which is important for smooth gaming. So ninth question is like DMA in large file transfers. It's like industries. So DMA is very important for large file transfers in industries like video editing or banking. The code demonstrates how multiple data values are transferred at once, which is faster and transferring them one by one using the CPU. The last question, 10th one, explains about the DMA in modern system designs. So it explains that understanding DMA helps engineers design faster and more efficient systems. The So this code gives us sample data of how data transfer can be optimized, which is applied in modern computers, smartphones, and embedded systems. So by connecting these questions with our MATLAB simulation, we clearly understand how DMA improves the system performance by slowing the CPU workload and enabling faster data transfer. This concept is very important in real world applications like gaming, streaming, and real time system. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more simple explanations. Thank you.